escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. Bet's gonna cover. Bet's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Wednesday, July 9th. Got a lot of sports action going on here just this morning with Major League Baseball, also WNBA. There's 3 afternoon games in the W, and we're underway in big time tennis action here right now, and we got a couple of matches going, so we got some things to keep an eye on here as we preview the sports betting card today. Hello to everyone in the chat, and thank you for joining me here on the show as we go over the plays here over the next hour or so, and try to pick some winners here after we had a pretty good day, it felt like yesterday for the most part. Hopefully you guys had a great one as well. Let's say hello to the chat. It's Thomas Lewis here today. Also, Flea Mathis and Andrew K., and that's it. The show continues to dwindle. Nobody likes to hear from me anymore. So let me just talk about the games from yesterday and see if we can't drum up some interest like I know what I'm doing here on a Wednesday with the action here, action pouring in here right now. A little steam coming in to start the morning here. It's on the Phoenix Mercury. Of course it is. They're taking on Minnesota tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, in WNBA action. And we're seeing the move here right now on the Phoenix Mercury. They were a 7.5 point favorite, and it's moving down lower here big time. We're seeing 6s right now at circa. So pretty significant move. Might be a little bit of personnel related here today. We'll see what the injury report has to say, but it's clearly moved down here to 6 or 6.5. Maybe Bovada's hanging on to a little bit of 7, but this one's moving in favor of the Mercury there today. Make sure you check out the WNBA show. We had all 4 of our panelists on yesterday over at the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. We previewed all 4 games, but I'll talk about them as well here on the show. Hey, I want to say hello and good morning to Travis Webb joining us in the chat. I mean, I'm almost good to see, good to have Travis. And hey, Travis, I promise you, usually we get more people commenting. Maybe you have seen the show, and but right now only 4 people have commented, like nobody's even here today. So, all right, let me talk about the action last night. I usually make sure there's a few people in here before I start. I'm not stubborn. I'm not arrogant. But let me at least recap some of the action from yesterday here in the major leagues and the WNBA as well, and the tennis action here. I'm kind of splitting this action here this morning with the ladies. It looks like Iga looks like she's mowing through Samsonova here. I did want to take Samsonova. I did take Samsonova in this match, sent it out as my play, plus 4 games, but right now it's not working out. She lost by 4 games in the first set. Iga looked pretty strong here. Also, Bencic and Andreeva, we are on Bencic here, plus 3.5 games, and pretty good match right now. This is probably heading to a tiebreaker, looks like here in the first set. 5-5 right now on serve. And coming up here, bottom of the hour, Sinner and Shelton in that one. I will mention right now, my picks are out there. Hopefully you're riding with me, but I'll just mention here on these matches. Look, Sinner comes in here with an apparent injury, the line has moved dramatically. It was as high as almost $5 when it opened, but that might have been almost more of a send out. Everyone saw the injury that Sinner had. He won by default. He was about to lose his last match, or so they say. I think he could have come back and won that match despite trailing 2 games to none. But going up against Ben Shelton here, I mean, sounds like a great opportunity, really, to try to take a plus 250 favorite today with Shelton. Maybe you want to grab the game spread at plus 4 games today, but Shelton's going to give Sinner a heck of a time. Look, you didn't maybe see this coming. Maybe Sinner will be healthy, but it did not appear that to be the case. It looked like a relatively significant injury. I think that was costing Shelton in that last match before he won. Remember, he was down 2 sets to love in that match, and was going to have to win the next three. And it was 2-2 in the third set. It looked like maybe the momentum was finally changing, but he was headed to defeat technically in the match at the time. All right, let's take a look here at the action in Major League Baseball from Tuesday night and see how we did. We know how we did, but we had a lot of winners for sure yesterday. Here on the show, we did. We started off with the New York Mets, and somehow they were able to get it done there and beat the Baltimore Orioles in a bit of a thriller. Alonso, Lindor both had 2-run home runs, and it was the Mets defeating the Orioles last night. We also had a play on the over as our sports money, or I'm sorry, as my Tony's Picks premium play yesterday in that game. We had the over in the 7-6 victory for the Mets. Also, we had a sports money premium play here with Detroit over Tampa Bay. I couldn't pass up that price as a small favorite there, about $1.30 or so, with Detroit at the win 4-2 over Tampa Bay. Colt Keith, 3 RBIs in that one. We had the winner here on the show yesterday with Miami as they continue to keep rolling here right now, and they get the win. They had 7 runs the first few innings there, I think, and Miami went on to crush Cincinnati for our play here yesterday. Also, Colorado and Boston. We had Boston on the run line. I guess everybody else probably did too. But Boston with Trevor Story, another 3-run home run for Story. Boston wins. Colorado, they're 50 games under 500. We haven't even reached the All-Star game right now. Milwaukee was our pick yesterday here on the show over the Dodgers. Yeah, that's right. We had Mizorowski, 6 innings, 12 strikeouts, 1 run to outduel Kershaw. Kershaw's first loss of the year. He went 6 innings, allowed just 2 runs in that game. Ohtani led off the game with a home run, but it was Milwaukee winning that one, and kind of had the Dodgers questioning themselves after the game a little bit. So, so Ohtani, ever since he came back to pitching, I mean, he did have the home run, but man, his batting average has dropped significantly. We'll talk about today's game. Tyler Glasnow is activated from the disabled list today. We had a winner here on the show yesterday with Minnesota. We had them over the Cubs. How about that? Minnesota with the win 8-1, crushing the Cubs behind Woods Richardson and Ryan Jeffers. 2-run home run and an RBI double in that one. For our next winner was Kansas City. Last night we had them here on the show in the win over Pittsburgh, 4-3. Lugo over Keller. We had also a premium pick winner with the under in that game as the Royals beat the Pirates. Nick Lofton home run and an RBI single for Kansas City. Also, winner here on the show, St. Louis on the run line over Nationals as the Cards get the win there yesterday. 4-2 with Gray over Urban. Also, we had the winner over at Tony's Picks on the under in that game as my high roller premium play there yesterday. Lance Newbar and Brandon Donovan home runs in that one. Hey, hopefully you caught me over on the Cover the Spread show here on YouTube. I took Texas on that show over the Angels as my top play with the Evaldi yesterday, and they won it 13-1 in that game. We also had the winner on the over here on the Morning Steam show. Also, winner last night with my Padres. Hopefully, you caught me yesterday on the happy hour at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific over on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel every day over there. I did pick my Padres to win over Arizona, and they did so. It was 1-0. Remember what I said? That it seems like on every 1-0 game in the major leagues, and there have been a lot of them this year, that I've been on the under in every game that has been 1-0 this year. Well, I wasn't on this one. I took the over. But I did have the Padres to win. I also had the Giants last night over Philadelphia as my winner, 4-3, with the Giants getting the win with Robbie Ray on the mound. Also, late night athletics. I might have had the Athletics here on the morning show yesterday in that win over the Braves. It was only 10-1. So every time the score is 10-1, I'm on the winning team. Well, I don't know if that's true either, but we did have the Athletics over the struggling Braves. The A's scored 9 runs in the first 2 innings, and they put them to shame. We also had the over at Tony's Picks. That one seemed easier than it was. I had over 10.5. The final score was 10-1, despite the fact that it was 9-0 after 2 innings. Had to kind of sweat it out. All right, say hello to a few more folks, and we're almost ready to begin the show. We got a couple dozen of you in here right now, so I think we are getting it together here. So I said, Travis Webb got to be on the screen the whole time. Good morning. Tremaine is here today. He says, Kurt's... I'm trying to remember our nickname here for Kurtz. Hercules. Kurtzcules, that's it. Tony Cobbs is here today. And Nick, let's see who else. Well, Fernando says, how about my Brewers with Mizorowski yesterday? And like I said, I think the Brewers have very good pitching. I think it's overlooked, it feels like. And Terrell, hey, how about it, Terrell? Right on that WNBA show last night, or let's see, the WNBA show, and I said, "Oh, take Sabrina. She's been struggling, but I'm going to take her to go over 17 points." Terrell said, "Forget it. I'm going over 24.5 points in that one," and she had one of her best games of her career yesterday in that game. So. Andrew talking about the Red Sox. See, we got some more folks in here right now. And Bobby Mack is here today. He's been busy, but he found a spot for us. Thank you, Thomas, for mentioning these other shows that I'm on. I know I'm all over the place here, but I'm on the Sports Money Network. Top Set, good morning. Good to see Top Set here. Cash Kane, ready to go. See James has to go with us here today. All right. In Arizona, the Padre game, nobody was hitting those offensive props yesterday in the 1-0 game, it feels like. All right, let me cover real quick some of the action in the WNBA where I continue to roll here right now. I just want to, let me see if I can at least point this out here, talking about a little bit of pump up my volume here a little bit. But I want to show here real quick. I'm going to bring it up just real quick here with some of my performance over on Tony's Picks. I'm going to show this. This is my WNBA record right now over at Tony's Picks. Check it out there for the month. This is the last 30 days. I've gone 21-5-1 with the documented picks. That's how it works there over at Tony's Picks. I mean, we pick. The record keeping is very legitimate over there. Got some great handicappers. You see Mr. Bittler there, right there. Both of us really smashing it, but I'm up there 21, 5, and 1 in my last 27 WNBA picks. I mention it because the tie was yesterday, and it's just because I'm a bad handicapper. Everybody got the best of the number but me if they went over like I did in the game between the Sky and the Mystics. I'm pretty sure everybody who went over got over 59 and a half there. I did go with Shakira Austin over 22 and a half points and rebounds over on the WNBA show that I'm on. She did get it with 15 points and 8 rebounds for 23, so I hit that prop over there as well. But we did give out Chicago yesterday here on the show, plus the points in the game yesterday over Washington, 81-79. Washington did win, but Chicago got the money yesterday. I had over as my premium play there in the early game, and it pushed. But we did come back and hit the late game with the Liberty. I was on the Liberty as my premium pick over there at Tony's, and that brought that 21st victory right there also yesterday. So we did have the Liberty there, and I've got some plays today. All right, just wanted to show that there because that's a pretty good record, I'd say. And also want to mention some other winners in basketball yesterday as well, where we had some winners in the NBA Summer League here on the show, didn't we? We had 2 picks on the NBA Summer League yesterday, under with Oklahoma City and Utah. That one came through. And also, we had the Spurs over the Lakers. Spurs came back, a little mini comeback there late to win the game, but the Spurs got the money and also sent out a free winner there, I believe, yesterday. Let me make sure there. I think my NBA picks were on the free service there yesterday. Yeah, we did have the Utah Jazz minus 2 points against Oklahoma City, and that one got there. We actually lost our other one. We went under with Memphis and Philly under 180, and it finished 181. My apologies. Also, we split the tennis plays yesterday, and looks like we'll probably split these two here, at least in the first one. Andreeva and Bencic are in a tiebreak right now. Pretty good match going on here currently. All right, Timmy Two Shoes. I see Timmy Two Shoes in here. He was talking about that Padre game. Okay, good morning to NYC Bar. Terrell loves camp week in the WNBA. Tony had a good day in the W. Robert, thank you. And yeah, that's the thing about that site, Andrew, right? I mean, that's a full, pretty serious documentation over there. That's why I'm on those sites. I'm on here, give a lot of free picks, okay? Everyone says transparency. Yeah, it's tough when you give out a lot of free picks, but my best picks are over there at Tony's, no doubt about it. So we're doing pretty well with that WNBA. I guess when you do a WNBA show and you got a lot of good handicappers with you, they can put you on some good opinions. Maybe I follow the league closely, right? All right, let's get to the action here today. No need to make us wait and preview these games. So here, we'll get to the WNBA. We'll be fine, even though the first game is at 11 Eastern and 8 Pacific. It'll give us something to look forward to here when we get near the end of the show, because we know we have that early action. All right, here we go. Top says, yeah, you keep winning, you'll get kicked out for being too good. Okay, let's get. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, you guys. Let me do this real quick. You can get some more plays from me every day. This is important. This is how you support me here. If you like what I'm doing with sports money, with all the shows that I'm on. I do this for a living. I come on and you'll go on several shows every day, and it helps when you support me on the channel. Uh, a lot of people do this, as a second job or in for fun. I do it for fun too, but I've tried to make a living out of it here, and it's worked out pretty good with your support of my picks, and hopefully we're winning together. So check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. Get more plays from me. Uh, just talked about some of those packages over there, and you get a couple of updates from me every day, including uh, the winners that we had. Let me see what they. In Major League Baseball yesterday, including, like I said, the Tigers game, that Pirates Royals game under there yesterday. So check me out over at Tony's Picks and here on the Sports Money uh, premiums. I'm trying to advertise the Sports Money premiums here. So with this package, $19.95 a month, 50 cents a day, you'll get my plays. Click on the QR code in the lower right hand corner of the screen. That'll take you over to my Winnable homepage, and you can get signed up for just 50 cents a day and get some more selections here. I come on every morning, but I can't be with you all day. And then usually 30 minutes, 60 minutes before the game, I send out some more, my best plays, my second tier plays over here. And you can get them over at winnable.com/Ramon. Okay. Let me pop that address up there on the screen. You can check it out as soon as I figure out how this works. There we go. I think I know what I'm doing. Okay, let's get to the action here, shall we? And talk about the Rays taking on the Tigers here. Do have four afternoon games here. It is Wednesday, so we do have some afternoon action here today with some of the getaway games here. We got just, I believe, like a 10-game card tomorrow, so some of the teams here are playing the final game of their series here, and I thought there was some time change. Let me make sure I get this order right with these time changes. In fact, right, the Rays game has actually been moved. Let me put this in the right order here, and I'll come back to it. The Rays game has been moved to an evening game, or not an evening game, but a late afternoon game. I'm going to move this one. We'll come back to it. Don't put your pick in yet, you guys. Let me come back to it. Let me go with the early two games here. This will be better. This will be in the time order. Sorry about that, gang. Let's start with it because also it is a little bit of a news here with Tyler Glass now on the mound here, making his return to the rotation, just what the Dodgers need, right? More pitching here. So Glass now, pretty big favorite here, $1.60, total 8.5 in this one against the Brewers here today. But Dodgers getting some of their pitchers back here right now, and let's see what you guys have here in this one with Glass now. He comes in here. Well, he made 5 starts this season, 4.5 ERA, 3-2 record. Are the Dodgers? He's 1-0. 1.27 whip, 185 batting average against, but he's been on the shelf here. Brewers have won the first 2 games of this series, and now Quintana is on the mound, 6-3, 3.44 ERA here for Quintana, 1.39 whip in this one. But just to note, Quintana does get hit pretty hard, actually, by these Dodgers. Quintana here actually comes in with some pretty gaudy numbers. The Dodgers are 27 for 89 against Quintana, at least this anticipated lineup. Meanwhile, the uh, Brewers here are just 2 for 26 against Glasnow. So Glasnow, he's had a shoulder injury. He had a little bit of an elbow, or not a. We weren't talking, Tommy John or anything, does feel like Luke is a good matchup. I mean, Quintana's been doing pretty well, but still does feel like, right, maybe, with the Dodgers coming in a little bit. All right. Hey, a little bit of breaking news here. Maybe we can go with the breaking news, man. Let me get your picks on this. We'll go right to it. We got a little bit of breaking news coming in right now, and we'll definitely want to cover it. Irish King's ready to go. He had a big day yesterday. Top set is here. Yes, I realize that you guys are the ones that help me every day to keep me on track and keep winning. And Jimmy Two Shoes says maybe I need a shirt. Maybe, but I was on the Twins last night. Here's Detroit. Oh, sorry about that, Tom. Thomas got back. He says Milwaukee Brewers. Why not take the Brewers there? Sorry about messing up that first game, you guys. Here's Dodgers first five. Glasnow will be good, but he can't go deep today because of uh, his comeback here. But Dodgers have plenty of pitching. Really, their bullpen's fairly average, but I would almost say that they're probably better than those stats. Nick Handy likes first five over, full game over, cash gain over. Cash gain says nice to have Thomas back, right? And we'll get back on track. I mean, here with maybe our consensus plays a little bit. We missed that feature. Tony says over here in this one, right? Tony, he says go over here in the game with the Dodgers and the Brewers today. Teresa, nice to see you here. Top set on the Dodgers today. They have to break this slide here. It feels like a little bit. I think Robert's got to play here. What is he saying? He's got his Brewers on the run line. Terrell says Yelich to go yard, and that the Tigers game was moved because of the weather wasn't great early on, so they move it to a little later in the afternoon. It was an afternoon game, even though it's they got to travel after that. Maybe Contreras there to hit a home run. Teresa, Dodgers money line. All right. Good picks there, gang, for sure. In this one, I have the over in this one with the Dodgers and the Brewers today. I'm going over here. I'm with you. I want to see some glass now here. Currently, he did look pretty poor in some of the rehab, but he did pick up the strikeouts in his last rehab stint. So, Dodgers have won 9 of their last 13 against Milwaukee here. I think 9 of their last 14 now. I think I had that stat missed last night's game. But Dodgers also just are 6-3 last 18, last 9 on the road. All right, a few more comments. Yeah, you think the Dodgers could win one here, right? That's what we're waiting on. Next up, we got the Blue Jays here on the road taking on the White Sox with Eric Lauer on the mound, the left-hander going for the Blue Jays. Been doing a pretty good job here. 2.65 ERA for Lauer. He's 4-1. The Jays are 6-1 with Lauer on the mound. He's got a 1.02 WHIP, 200 batting average against, and a 242 BABIP. Lauer's 2-5 to the under in his 7 starts. Meanwhile, for the White Sox and Hauser here, Hauser's been pretty good here since joining the White Sox. He's got a 1.6 ERA in 8 starts with Chicago. Not only that, he's 0-8 to the under, is Hauser. Every one of his starts has been an under so far with the White Sox. Well, what's going to happen today? He's got a 1.1 WHIP and a 220 batting average against and a 262 BABIP. No, the White Sox are just averaging 3.4 runs per game. The White Sox here, underdogs, but Toronto at minus $1.50 now, maybe even a little higher. I'm seeing $1.55 here, so maybe the move is on the Blue Jays a little bit. That doesn't give a much value here. It seems like right now, but let's see what you have in this one between the Blue Jays and the White Sox. Like I said, total about 8.5 here right now. Let's go to the chat. You guys got some comments coming in, and Thomas likes Toronto in this one. I mean, they are. Let's. I talk about it just like it's another game, right? Oh, Toronto just taking on the. These are the Toronto Blue Jays right now, the hottest thing going in baseball. It feels like with this incredible run that they're on, the fact that they now lead the Yankees by 3.5 games here. First five under maybe in this one. Tony says Jays and Sox game to go under in the first five. Cash Cane does take the White Sox in the first five here. And Timmy says the Jays will try to give the White Sox this game, and the Jays will still win it because they're so hot. White Sox run line for NYC Bar. Teresa likes Dodgers game to go over. Irish King says Toronto Blue Jays first five. Just go with them again right now. Robert says White Sox first five. Thomas is on the Blue Jays here in this one. And Robert also on White Sox on the run line here to kind of cool these Blue Jays off a little bit. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I can do it, man. These Blue Jays are just crushing every time you look up right now. The Blue Jays are just smashing. It feels like, and man, what a great run these guys are on. When is it going to end? They got it. They crushed them yesterday. Now here's the thing, and I want to add this real quick. I talked about my record over there at Tony's Picks yesterday. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe it was a scoring error, or on the Tony's Picks. I don't know if the uh, algorithm is quite right, or how the grading works over there. But uh, I was graded a loss. The game was shortened to 7 innings. It's not going to be a loss at your sports book there in that one, because I took the. What happened was I actually took in that game the total under, and it only went 6 innings. The final score was 6-2. Let me get it. Let me get it right here. Let me get the whole scenario right. With the game, I had the total over. It was 6-1, going to the top of the seventh inning. Maybe it was going to go over the way Toronto's bats are going. That was graded a loss. That's not going to be a loss for totals if it doesn't go 8.5 innings. Not even going to be a result. So even though it says a loss over there for me at Tony's, I don't know if it was going to be a loss, and that's not how it works. But no problem. I'll just make it up with some more winners there. But anyways, let's go with a few more plays here and see what you guys have in this one. I see a few more there. Fernando under. Jermaine says he can't step in front of this train right here with his Blue Jays. Terrell says they could win this one. And I'm going to take him too. I'll take him here to win. They're $1.55. I kind of want to grab him even on the run line here in this one, but let me see. Let me make sure. Maybe it'll just be a little money line action. Just to make sure. I'm taking Toronto here at this one. I know it's up to $1.55, but hey, I'll take them today. I mean, the other option is to take the White Sox there, and when I look at that price for the White Sox on the run line at plus 1.5 here in the game against Toronto, comparatively, if you will. I think I would rather just take the money line here of the White Sox in the game on the run line against Toronto, minus $1.30. So that's only because the thing has gone up 15 cents. I don't know if I was quite prepared for that. Okay, I'm just going to take Toronto anyways. Let me get the breaking news here that I forgot to bring to us here real quick. And I'll bring it to you right now. Hey, all right. And the Oklahoma City young star, Chet Holmgren, has signed a 5-year, $250 million contract extension with the Thunder. Why not with the champs? Keep it all together. He's got that rookie max package there. Uh, Man, that's a big bet for Oklahoma City, and I have a feeling they're not going to be wrong there after that championship run. He had that a record for blocks. I mean, you can't help but have a good offensive player, and not only that, a real good defensive player. He missed a big chunk of the season, remember, with that injury. But look, I think that type of injury that he had was a bit of a fluke. I don't think he's going to be an injury prone player. He came back strong here, and he'll fill out. Remember, he's a kind of a skinny guy, skinny kid right now. He'll fill out. He's going to be a big star in the league. We know that. But with his age and his skill set, his impact on both ends, I think Oklahoma City has put in here a real strong play on Chet Holmgren with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Look, I think there's risk there at $250 million, but I'm not going to sweat the injuries here. I think for Holmgren, I think that was a fluky injury. Good job by the Thunder. All right, top sets on the Sting game parlay. Blue Jays in there today. Money line, team total under. Thank you to Top Set here, chat room legend throughout the internet. All right. White Sox super run line for Teresa. Robert says he'll hit the weight room. Yeah, it looks like he already has, right? Top Set, right? Oklahoma City signing these players. Not only that, we know they got all these draft picks. I mean, Oklahoma City's a problem. Get your Thunder gear, right? If you want to be riding with these guys a little bit. Pretty seems like a special situation going on there. Hello to SF Niner. You got to be bitter if you're the Seattle Supersonics, huh? Hey, there was a little bit of steam that came in while we were talking with the Minnesota Lynx and the Phoenix Mercury. I know we talked about already going down to 6 points here with the steam on Phoenix. The steam also came in on the over here in that one. It's gone back up to 161.5 or 162 here in this one with Phoenix and Minnesota here a short time ago. Next up, we're in these early games. It's the Phillies taking on the Giants with Jesus Luzardo. And he's up here against Justin Verlander. For Luzardo here, their favorite, $1.30. And the total 8 over 20, it feels like right now. It's gone up a little bit. On the total with Luzardo and Verlander. Let's take a look at these two. We've got for Luzardo here, he comes in with a 4.44 ERA, 1.46 whip, 280 batting average against it, a 380 BABIP. I know we like Luzardo, but those are kind of rugged numbers, actually. Near 400 BABIP for Luzardo. For Verlander here, he's 0-6 right now. The Giants are 4-10 with Verlander on the mound, but this is Verlander's worst season here in a long, long time, if not his career. 4.84 ERA, 1.44 whip. You figure, given the transition here a little bit to the Giants, that maybe Verlander would take a while to get uncorked. but it hasn't worked out so far. 271 batting average against and a 313 BABIP here. Could he get his first win today against the Phillies? The Giants have won both games of this series, and we've got the Kelly B special here, right? The Giants have won 11 of the last 12 games between these two teams here in San Francisco. And man, they're on a bit of a trying to get back, I guess, trying to get back in the race here a little bit. Currently, the Giants are ahead of my Padres even by a game right now at 8 games over 500. They've done a nice job with this recent stretch, totally getting back into it. It feels like right now uh, in the wild card race. I know it's gonna be hard to catch the Dodgers, but like I said, the Padres are on the outside looking in. They've been in the playoff picture all season. I mean, they're in the picture, you know what I mean? But the teams that are technically in, if the season ended today, the Padres aren't there anymore. The Giants have uh, passed them up. All right, let's see what you guys do want to have in the chat with this one between the Phillies and the Giants. Like I said, I think we kind of said that main trend, right? I mean, Philly's just having problems in here. Giants have won 6 of their last 7 games coming into this one. Giants have gone under in 16 of their last 23 at home here. Philadelphia has also gone under in 5 of their last 6 games and 9 of their last 10 games on the road. We got some serious under action here, but I don't know. Is it going to go under today with Luzardo and Verlander here? I'm not so sure it is. I'm taking the over actually in this game. I'm totally bucking the trends in this one. Give me the over with the Phillies and the Giants this afternoon. Maybe I can peek a little bit at the weather. This is the one other stadium it feels like. You guys always are cautioning me there, but look, it's been windy. It feels like kind of all week, and I don't know if it's necessarily affected the totals here. We're seeing Iga having wrapped this one up here right now. Gets the win at Wimbledon. We'll get those scores here to you right now as Iga gets the win. 6-2-7-5. So I got beat there in that one, but we'll get it back with Bencic here. It looks like she did win the first set over Andreeva, and it's going to be a tough match for the Russian youngster here. She's going up. You know, Bencic might be the most underrated player on tour. Actually, it feels like. Does anybody agree with me about the Swiss player? All right, let's continue on though here right now with Philly and San Francisco. Well, like I said, I guess I'm already committed here a little bit in this one with uh, I just said the over, right? So don't even need to check the weather here. I'm already committed. Anyways, wind blowing out to left field, 10 to 11 miles an hour. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s here today. So I'll take the over. I mean, you got to figure against Verlander, this whole lineup should be okay for the Phillies, especially these reverse splits guys, because Verlander kind of gives it up right now to everybody now. Against Luzardo, the lefties definitely have some issues. Guys like Devers and Yaz and Jin Lee, you know what I'm talking about. Jin Lee Ho. But I'm going to take the over. Let me get your comments. I'm kind of not rolled with it too fast here. Let's see what you got. Top set says Luzardo maybe tipping his pitches there, San Francisco for Thomas there. And oh man, SF Niner, I'm burying the lead here, right? Shouldn't forget how they won the game last night. It was only an inside the park 3-run home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth inning. That's how San Francisco won the game. In case you missed it late night with that play down to their final strike. Well, I'm trying to remember now, but anyways, it was a 3-run inside the park home run to win the game there yesterday. So crazy finish. And Jimmy Tucci says Jokic, waiting for the money. Top set says Philly first five, but SF Niners got the over here in this one. Also, we've got, let's see, Timmy wants the Phillies to win. Also, let's see, LA and Philly parlay there. Irish King, Phillies first five. Cash Cane, Phillies money line. And Andrew says the Iga match is over. Yeah, I tried to beat her. Look, Iga's had inconsistent, but here we are in a major, so she stepped it up, I guess. Samsonova loses by 6 games. Verlander earn runs over for Jermaine. Roberts got the Phillies first five. Jermaine likes over in the Dodger game as well. And Timmy's going to play some props with Castellanos and Turner. All right, let's get back now. Let me go back to that other game here between and speaking of inside the park home runs yesterday, we also saw Clark or Butler. I mean, of the A's, and he had an inside the park home run on. You figure the Giants had one on the last pitch of the game. The A's had one on their first. They were the home team, but on the first pitch of the game for Butler, and he also hit a regular home run. He had an inside the parker and a outside the parker yesterday for Butler. That was a neat little uh, uh, thing to have. All right, Rays and Tigers here, as we just mentioned. Let's get it going here. Like I said, a little bit of they moved this game back because of the weather conditions there in Detroit today. So no problem. Weather here in Detroit. Still be about a 25% chance of rain throughout the game, and it will get a little bit heavier after the window there, but I don't know if there'll be any delays in the game because of the move back of the time. Temperature 80 degrees, despite the heat. You have the Tigers here favored in this one, $1.45 right now, and the total is I want to say 8 over 20, more likely than 8.5 under 20. There we go. That looks pretty good right there with Littell and Olson. Let's see what they got. Littell comes in with a 3.5 ERA, 106 whip, 248 batting average against. For Olson here, he's 4-3 with a 2.89 ERA, 1.2 whip, 226 batting average against here in this one. Rays here taking on the Tigers today. Let's see what you have when Zach Littell match up with Reese Olson here in this one for the Rays coming in. They've lost 4 out of their last 5 games and lost 5 of their last 6 games on the road coming in. Tampa's lost 6 of their last 8 games here against Detroit. They've also lost 5 straight at Detroit right now. So Detroit, we know how awesome they're playing here. It does feel like they're nearly unstoppable right now, given their current record of 59-34. It just seems like yesterday we were fighting to get over 20 games over 500. Now we're 25 games over 500 with the Tigers here currently. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. I almost want to take them a little bit of run line here, but the Rays, they're a gutsy team, so the line's still pretty high, but hey, got to pick one way or the other. I don't know if I can go against this Tigers team right now. Let's see what you got. Hey, Big O's here. Nice to see Big O. Look what he says here. Look at this. He says, what is it? First time there's been a first inning inside the park home run and a walk-off inside the park home run on the same day, I think. What is that what that means there? Thanks, Big O. Uh, Leading to the Rays here for SF Niner. Thomas does get that play in. He's got the Rays first five. He's got the Tigers full game. Timmy goes with the over. Tony likes under in the first five. Robert likes over in this one. Dougie. Hello, Dougie. Good morning. And Trevor, Tampa first five. Lene Jones is here. Says run line for the Rays. Timmy Two Shoes has Belau, RBI, sack fly, or to get an RBI, I think is what he's saying there. And Dougie Wise likes the Dodgers on his free bands. Play of the day. All right. Well, in this one, I'm going to take the Tigers if you don't mind. I'm going to grab another little favorite. I know I've got a couple of $1.40 favorites here today, but feels like I'm on a lot of chalk here in this afternoon action in the major leagues, huh? All right. Okay, here we go here right now. Next one up is going to be the Mariners taking on. Uh-oh. You guys say it. I don't want to. All right. For the Mariners, they'll have Evans going in. For the Yankees, it's Schlittler.
Critical notice.
Schlittler is on the mound here for the Yankees. Don't try this at home with Schlittler on the mound. Everyone's going to have a field day with Cam Schlittler here, the son of a Massachusetts police chief. He's going to make his major league debut here tonight for the Yankees. He'll be promoted still. I don't think he's been officially moved to the major leagues, but he'll come in and make the start here. He's a prospect for sure for the Yankees. And Clark Schmidt's getting moved to the 60-day injured list. So he's going through that TJ surgery. So now you're going to have obviously Fried, Rodon, Stroman, and Warren at this point. With Gill here, he's going to come back after the All-Star break, but you're going to need a couple of starts here out of Schlittler, I guess. Yarborough's out as well. The Yankees are having some issues with their pitching a little bit, but this former seventh-round draft choice back in 2022 has a 3.33 ERA in his minor league career, 2.38 this year in Double-A, 3.80 in Triple-A, and 31% strikeout rate. So it's done a good job forcing ground balls as well. Does have a 350 BABIP there, but probably because of the ground balls there a little bit. So he's 6'6", 210, and he's number 10 in the Yankees system of minor leaguers. So let's get to it here right now for Evans. He comes in with a 2.96 ERA, 1.24 whip, 254 batting average against, and a 276 BABIP. So we've gone from Schmidt to Schlittler here with the Yankees today. You say it in the chat, you guys. Schlittler. If you match, remember former golfer Gene Littler? And if you match him up with Schmidt, you get Schlittler. Let me hear Gorky say it. All right. Tony took the Tigers with me there. And Irish King there. Hey, a little bit of a move here coming in. We're going to talk about this game in a bit, but the St. Louis Cardinals are taking some steam against Washington. They were $1.15, but they're going north of that right now, probably to $1.25. We'll see when we get there. They're taking on Washington today with Gore and Palante. Gorky's on the Jays here in this one, and Dougie says Astros today are one of his plays. Here's Thomas Lewis on the Yankees here with Schlittler. And Irish Kings on Houston here, minus 1.5. A few more here. Timmy Two Shoe likes the Mariners here. And Zoe says, what about Cerveza Schlitz? And here's Cash Kane on the Mariners' first five. Irish King, Seattle money line. Irish King also on the over here. Gorky's got Kaboli today against uh, Djokovic. Fernando says Yankees team total over. Let's see. Top Set says Yankees, they'll get Sandy. I think that's what he's saying. Trevor says Cardinals are going to win. There's Andrew G there. Timmy says Arozarena did a home run in the game here. And Andrew says Joker's too big of a favorite the way Caboli's playing. And, there's no doubt that Djokovic, strictly kind of pedestrian here. I mean, I don't want to know. That's a terrible thing to say. He's not super joker, right? He's just very, very good. And I would think Caboli here playing damn good tennis here at 6-1. He's probably worth it. And also, you could take a game spread. Although I don't think though the game spread, the game spread in the match actually is I say only 7 games. I probably can roll with Caboli here plus 7 games. That's going to be my play. If you guys like it, I like it. I'm going to give it out as my play here on the show. I did not have a premium on it. I went premium on the others. Like I said, I like Shelton to win the match against Sinner. Look, I don't think I'm picking on him a little bit because of his injury, but at 2.5-1, I'm willing to take a chance with Shelton as well. I think that one's about to go here shortly. All right. Let's see a few more comments here in this one. There's a 9 legacy here. Yankees run line, Tampa Bay run line, or Tampa Bay money line. Thank you there. Baltimore run line and the Reds. What kind of tennis is Djokovic playing, right? He's playing very, very good, but not that superhuman level that he did at the peak of his career. All right. A few more here. Let's see. Yeah, Yankees -1 for Robert. All right, that's going to be it for that one. I got to make a bet. I got to make a play here with Seattle and the Yankees here in this one. Oh, boy. I didn't really have a solid, designed play. It feels like in this one because of the Schlittler factor. But I'm going to take the under here with Seattle and New York. Next up, the Mets are on the road here. Let me get it. Mets here with David Peterson. He's up here against Sugano here in this one for the Mets. They are favored on the road at $1.45 here, and the total's up to 10. That's pretty much for sure. It feels like in this one with Peterson and Sagano. For Peterson here, he comes in with a 3.18 ERA, 1.27 whip, 242 batting average against. Sugano, a 4.44 ERA. It's continued to rise here, 1.3 whip, 276 batting average against. And both teams are 10-7 with this respective pitcher on their on the bump. Orioles, however, down 15 units this season. Meanwhile, the Mets here come in still 14 games over 500 despite a few hiccups along the way, it feels like. But let's see how you have it today with the Mets on the road. I mean, we saw a little bit of volatility yesterday. The Mets still got it won. I'll take credit for a win, but it wasn't easy. It was 7-6, and Orioles did hang in there pretty good for sure. The Mets here have won 5 of their last 6 games, but they've still lost 15 of their last 23 overall. Mets have lost 4 of their last 5 on the road. 12 of the last 16 meetings between these two teams have gone over. We're looking at a massive total here, it feels like today. I don't know if I can take the Mets here necessarily, but let me see what the run line is here on the Orioles. Maybe I'll just take more chalky action here today. I want to win. The Orioles are plus 1.5 at minus 120. That sounds just fine. I'm going to take the Orioles here in this one today. Give me the O's on the run line. That's what I'll do. Look, Orioles come in here having covered the run line in 5 straight meetings against the Mets overall, and they've also covered 5 of the last 6 run lines at home against the Mets. 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams here in Baltimore have gone over. 12 of the last 16 overall have gone over between the two. As I said, Mets have gone over in 9 of their last 10. Maybe I should have went with the over. I'm going to take Baltimore, though, here, plus a 1.5 at minus 120. Let's go to the chat here, and let's see. Baltimore run line here for Thomas. He was exactly what I was thinking there. Great job, Thomas. Sugano to get lit up. Hey, Dougie likes Real Madrid in the big game today. Irish King likes a draw in the big soccer match today. Irish King likes the over in this one. Robert likes the over, and I think Thomas likes the over too. I think they just gave out the over as a consensus almost there. I'll take Baltimore, though, plus a 1.5 as my play. Fernando's taking PSG today in the big game. Next up, you've got the Marlins and Alcantara going up against the Reds and Abbott. Now, Alcantara's got an ERA of 7. We know the struggles for Sandy. It seems like he's pitching better, but his ERA was so bad it never goes down. He's 4-8 overall. Is he going to end up on another team? I don't know if he's going to. Who wants him? A 1.44 whip, 264 batting average against. Maybe a change of scenery can help Sandy resurrect his momentum in his career. Just feels like he's kind of in the doldrums. For Awesome Abbott, he's 7-1 with a 2.15 ERA, 220 batting average against. He's been simply terrific. Unfortunately for him, he's going up against one of the hottest teams in the league. There's no doubt that the Marlins are one of the hottest teams going, especially on the road. The Marlins love to play on the road. Why not? If you're bad, play good on the road. Miami's covered the run line in 14 of their last 15 games here. Probably pretty live to win. I mean, run line here is plus 1.5, minus 170. Even I'm not going to give that out as a play on the show. But Miami's won 12 of their last 15 games overall. They're really hot here on the road. They've won 4 of the last 5 against Cincinnati and 5 of the last 7 here in Cincinnati. The Reds have lost 4 of their last 5 coming into this one. 17 of the last 25 between these two teams here have gone under in Cincinnati, although 6 of the last 9 meetings between the two have gone over. Miami has gone over in 6 of their last 7 on the road, but under in 6 of their last 8 overall. Let's go to the chat in this one. A good game, decent game between bad teams here. Marlins are hot. I'll throw them in the good category right now just because they are. Reds are 500. It's the Marlins that are under 500, but right now it doesn't matter. The Marlins are the hot team for sure, especially on the road. All right, and Thomas likes the Reds, team total over. SF Niner likes the Reds, first 5. Cash Kane likes Reds, first 5. Tony likes the Reds, money line. Irish King, Reds, first 5. Wow. Cash Kane under. Thomas says, I'm going to put the Marlins in a run line parlay. That's what I'm going to do. That's what he says to do. It's a pitching mismatch statistically. I think we always are going to kind of say, oh, maybe this is the game for Sandy, right? But when do we kind of give up on it? When do we kind of give up on him a little bit? Hello to Stop Geo there in the chat. So man, these Marlins, it feels like they're just too hot to ignore right now. I don't know if I want to ignore them. Uh, Look, the Reds should have a great matchup with Abbott here. This is a tough one, you guys. Marlins first 5 over team total. First 5 over 1.5. That's what that is right there. Is that right? I think that's what that is. All right. Well, I got to make my call. I just can't sit here and stare at the screen all day. I got to make a pick. Miami's so hot right now on the road, but Abbott, the much better pitcher. Man, this Marlins team is hot. All right. Give me the Marlins here. I got to do it. I mean, this uh, plus money, that's all. I mean, I rate the game kind of even. I think that's what it is, and that's why I got to take the Marlins here. For some reason, they're just so hot. All right, that's it from you guys. Not much in that game. Let's go to the Red Sox. Oh, look, let's not even go to this game. Colorado and the Red Sox here. You got the Red Sox minus $3 in this one. The total 9 under 20. The Rockies are now 50 games under 500, and really they're starting to have some record-setting bad numbers. If you know what I mean here right now, because of some of these blowouts. They're just flat out blowouts. There's just no other way around it. So let's see what you guys have, though, in this one with the Red Sox. I mean, look, it's so easy to just say Red Sox run line and let's just do it because we're going to do it. And we'll just do it. And they're only minus $1.35. So I'm just going to keep doing it right now. They're not only are the Rockies losing, they're losing these games at an exceptional pace as far as by numbers of they're getting blown out right now. Cash King likes Abbott to bounce back. Irish King says Abbott is the man. He has shown some vulnerability in a few games here and there, the last few starts. Red Sox team total over here for Thomas. Andrews off the Red Sox today. And I'm just going to take the Red Sox again on the run line. What can I do? I think I like the total in this one, probably for a sports money premium, but I will go ahead and take the run line here. In this one. All right. Next up, let's go with the Cubs and the Twins here. And hey, Twins won yesterday, but you do have Horton here going for the Cubs. Horton, look, some of these numbers are not bad. 4.15 ERA, 1.38 WHIP, 279 batting average against. But the Cubs are 6-3 with Horton on the mound. For Vesta here, 5.48 ERA, 1.35 WHIP, 254 batting average against, and 307 BABIP here coming into this one. Let's hear from you in the chat with the Cubs and the Twins today. The Cubs come in here having won 5 of their last 7 games overall, although they are just 3-6 in their last 9 games on the road coming into this one. Cubs have gone over in 7 of their last 9 games against Minnesota here. Minnesota's gone under in 6 of their last 8, however. Minnesota has gone over in 12 of their last 17 at home. So a little bit of conflicting statistics here in this one, but let's see what you got. Minnesota's failed to cover the run line in 8 of their last 9 games overall. Some of those were as a favorite. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here. The current line actually is the Cubs are the underdog now. I'm going to move Minnesota the favorite, and the total is 9.5 under 20. But we've got to kind of flop the favorite. I'd say that it's the Twins that are minus $1.15 or so right now, and that total has dropped here on that widely reported steam to 9.5 under 20 here in this one. So let's see what you have today when the Cubs take on the Twins here in this one. Go to the chat, get your plays. And here we go. It's going to be Robert. I think he's on the over here. We do need sound effects. I'm trying. I want to do like have sound effects during the show, like a Jim Cramer style, but haven't figured out what good sound effects. So we just have boring old Ramon. Cash Kane on the over here. Irish King on the over. Cubs money line for Thomas. Keith Just Truth says Cubs team total over. Tony's on the Cubs and Thomas is on the Cubs. That's a lot of Cubs. I kind of agree with the chat. I mean, I got to take the Cubs right now. I know the Twins won it yesterday, but I'm going to take the Cubs. Does feel like the chat's kind of on the Cubs. The move's on the Twins, but I'm going to roll with the chat here and take the Cubs. Pirates and the Royals. Here, a couple left-handers. Brady Falter. Brady Falter in this one. You got the against Chris Bubich. Bubich $1.80, 8.5. Yeah, we got there's some $1.95s. What can we call it? $1.80, $1.90, $1.85, something around there. Big favorite for sure for Kansas City here today. We know that this might be a little bit daunting to want to lay this kind of number at home, but you got Chris Bubich on the mound, and he hasn't been as solid as he has all season here the last couple of starts. For a guy with a 2.36 ERA. You'd think he might have a better than a 7-6 record, but well, Kansas City averages 3.4 runs per game. The Pirates average 3.4 runs per game. It's not a lot of runs, but the widely reported steam did come in on the over here in this one. It's at 8.5 here right now, and well, let's see what you have here with Pittsburgh going up against Kansas City tonight. You have a Pittsburgh team right now coming in here having lost 5 straight games on the road. They've lost 5 straight overall. 1-4 in their last 5 against Kansas City. They're 3-9 their last 12 games here in Kansas City. Kansas City's won 5 of their last 6 games in this one, but they've still lost 12 of their last 15 at home. Kansas City has gone under in 5 of their last 7 overall and 8 of their last 10 at home. Pittsburgh's gone under in 5 of their last 6 on the road and 7 of their last 8 overall. What do you guys want to do here with Pittsburgh and Kansas City? Big line here, obviously, in this one. When you're only averaging 3.4 runs per game, it's tough to win by 2 runs, right? Thomas says Pittsburgh Pirates team total over. Carson Kelly over in his home runs, his hits, runs, and RBIs, says Timmy Two Shoes. Cash Kane says Royals minus 2.5. Sally for an RBI for Timmy Two Shoe. Kansas City team total maybe over, maybe under. We're just not sure here. Thomas says 3.5. I don't know. Irish King, first 5 run line and team total over for Kansas City. Thank you, Irish King. All right. Well, this one's a little bit tough with that big number. It just feels like, how are you going to cover a big number here the way things are going with this team, right? I mean, I get it, but I don't know if I want to do it necessarily. Still, Kansas City should be able to maybe get this done. You know what? I'm going to take the over in this game. I know that you got a couple lefties. You got Bubich here, and I'm going to take the over actually in this game between Pittsburgh and Kansas City at 8.5. I think Thomas is going to join me here with King total for Pittsburgh over. Keith's got a Nerfy here in this one. Next up, the Washington Nationals are taking on the Cardinals. Mackenzie Gore going up against Andre Palante. For Gore, a 3.11 ERA, a 3-8 record for Gore, but 1.2 whip, 237 batting average against, 325 BABIP, not great. But Palante, 5-4 with a 4.1 ERA, 1.28. The whip coming in here in this one. You got St. Louis here playing pretty well. 6 games over 500. The Nationals are definitely having some issues right now. Uh, just fired their manager, a poor record. You got the Nationals in here right now struggling, having lost 4 of their last 5. They've also lost 10 of their last 14 on the road. They've lost 5 straight to St. Louis right now. St. Louis comes in having won just 2 of their last 7 games overall and just 6 of their last 19 at home. They've had some issues, but 13 of the last 19 meetings between these two teams have gone over, including 7 of the last 9 here in St. Louis. Cardinals, however, have gone under in 8 of their last 12 games. Washington, though, they've gone over in 8 of their last 9, and they've gone over in 15 of their last 21 games on the road here, and even I might be forced to kind of consider the over here. Let's see what you guys have in this one. Nationals and Cardinals. And we've got Cardinals on the money line. Big O, those likes the under. 9 Legacy says Pirates. Money line. Nationals run line here in this one. All right. Yeah, maybe I can. I'm going to gravitate, I think, towards the total here in this game. Let me see here what you guys have. I'm gonna go over here with Washington and St. Louis today at 8.5. St. Louis money line for Irish King. Tony Cobbs on St. Louis in this one. Next up, we've got the Guardians on the road here. The hot Guardians. They've won 2 straight, and they found somebody they can beat in the Houston Astros. I'm tired of losing money on the Astros here. I'm probably just going to take Cleveland because the Astros can't beat these guys for some reason. Cleveland had lost 10 in a row before arriving here in Houston. They've looked like world beaters the last 2 nights. Slade Ciccone, 3.56 ERA and a 3.4 record. 1.31 whip, 253 batting average against. He's up against Walter here, the left-hander, 4.15 ERA, 1.12 whip, 310 batting average, 310 BABIP here in this one. Let's see what you have between these two, Cleveland and Houston. Here today with Houston favored $1.35. Call it $1.45 now for the Astros. Maybe today will be the day for the Astros. Total 8 under 20. The thing about Houston and that of the Guardians, and that losing streak. Right now they're 6 games under 500. They were 500, when it started, but hasn't really worked out here right now. Astros up 10 units this season. Guardians down 5 units, but man, I don't know. I think the Guardians' momentum here might be something, at least today. Tony likes the over there with me in that Washington game. Thomas says my Cleveland team, they woke up here for a couple of days. Cleveland Guardians money line for 9 legacy. Tony says got to go with Houston again. Thomas doesn't trust the Astros, and Jimmy says, Ramon, you better pick it up because that basketball game is going to start. Hello to Jimmy Lambo. Nice to have you in the chat. You know I'll have a pick for you, Jimmy. Hang on. Stroh's here for Zoe Faye. And let's move on. We got to get to that WNBA. We got to help Jimmy out. Rangers, and I'm on the Guardians, by the way, in that game against Houston. I'm taking them plus money. Rocker and the Rangers here going up against Hendricks and the Angels in this one. Rangers on the road. They're a slight favorite here, $1.15 or so right now. Down, yeah, maybe even to $1. There's definitely a bit of a move here to the Angels today with Rocker on the road. And the total here, yeah, 915 looks good. But for Camille Rocker, I know the numbers have been shaky here. 5.8 ERA, 1.48 whip, and a 346 BABIP. But Kyle Hendricks ain't anything special. He's 5-6 with a 4.68 ERA and a 1.26 whip coming into this one. You got Rangers. The price is dipping here a little bit, but we get some of the numbers here with these teams and then see what you guys have here with Rocker going up against Hendricks. Yeah, Rocker's been shaky for sure, but Texas here has won just 9 of the last 10 games against the Angels overall, including 4 of the last 5 here in LA. Angels have lost 4 of their last 5 overall. Coming into this one, they've gone over in 5 straight games at home, but I don't know if it's going to go over today. Let me see what you guys think in this one. This has been kind of one-sided here right now with Texas dominating this Angels team, and hell, I'm going to take them here today. I know the Sharps are probably going to be on the Angels, but I'm going to take Texas here at minus $1.15 or so today. All right, let's see here. Tony says, let's get it in right now. I'm going to go. Tony's going to go over in the Seattle game. And let's see here. Maybe the underdog, says Thomas today. Keith Just Truth says Angels team total over. Big O is liking that total in that. Oh, wow. Big O is at 7.5 over 15 in Washington. Oh, my gosh. You're right. And I was talking. Oh, my gosh. That should have been that's a freemium, Big O. Man, how did I miss that? Did I have it listed as 7.5, as 8.5 on the screen there in the Washington St. Louis game? What a typo that was. Oh, my gosh. I like that game a lot. Oh, well, freemium it is. I mean, that's how I work, you guys. If I'm giving out an over and an 8.5, and it says it on screen, and I'm just casually blowing the show here, don't even know what I'm talking about, well, if it's 7.5, it's probably now a premium, right? All right, I'm on the Rangers in this one. All right, my Padres here tonight. They're going with Dylan Cease is going up against Brandon Pott. And the Padres are $1.40, maybe even $1.50 here in a few spots right now. Even I couldn't even spell Dylan Cease. What's going on with that? Total here is down to about, or up to, I should say, 8 flat in this one. And a little bit tough here with my Padres. I still want to take them. Feels like. Let me see what you guys have, though, in this one. With Vaught coming in, we know what Vaught comes with. Here he has a 5.42 ERA, 318 BABIP, 8-6 record for Vaught. Padres Cease is just 3-8, but the Padres are 9-9 with him on the mound. Diamondbacks are 9-9 with Vaught on the mound. For Dylan Cease here, 4.62 ERA, 1.32 WHIP. Padres here, I don't know, they might have the Diamondbacks where they want them. Pretty high price, but even I might take my team today here in this one, the way things are going. looking pretty good here at home, it feels like right now, having won 5 of their last 7 games overall. Padres have gone over in 10 of their last 14 against Arizona. Arizona's gone over in 16 of their last 23. Arizona's lost 5 of their last 7 overall, although they've won 6 of their last 9 games on the road. Go to the chat. A lot of comments here on this game, possibly. Here we go. We got some of the picks that you guys had, and maybe I was going a little fast. Irish King, LA money line, 9 legacy, LA money line, cash gain on the run line. And Timmy Two Shoes says, Angels should be favored in this game. Robert McCormick, Angels first 5, money line. Timmy Two Shoes likes Ward to homer. AOD is here today. Nice to have AOD here. Thomas is on the Padres with me. I think we just said. I think I'm on the Padres at this big price, but $1.50 here. Padres run line for Keith, just truth. Over team total as well. Maybe the Padres can win a few, get back in there, right? I mean, they're not in the playoffs anymore. What's going on? All right, and let's see here. Robert, one more. Padres, first 5. We do have some steam in here right now coming in the afternoon game. I said go over with Luzardo and Verlander, and now the total is headed up. Remember, it was, 8 over when we were talking about it there? But right now it is 8.5. Luzardo and Verlander, steam to the over. Just coming in. Suarez to keep it going with an RBI. Thomas is on Detroit today, it looks like. Or did I mess up here? Cash Kane is on. Padres run line. Diamondbacks money line for 9 legacy. Irish King. Padres first 5 and first 7. And I'm going to take the Padres today. One more in baseball here with the Athletics. On the road, they're taking on. They're at home. Kind of on the road. Braves and A's here with Bryce Elder going up against Spence. For Spence here. 4.06 ERA, 1.311 whip, 258 batting average against. Spence is 2-4, 6 starts and 28 appearances. Braves with Bryce Elder here. Questionable numbers for sure. 5.92 ERA, 1.52 whip. Braves got stomped yesterday, and Bryce Elder's no good either. He's been dreadful of late. Now the Braves are down to about $1.15. The total is 10.5 here. I got to go over in this one. I go over in every A's game, it feels like, at home, and I'm going to do it again right now. Give me the over with the Braves and the A's. We got to get to the WNBA, but let me get your picks here in this one. Tony says Athletics and A's to go over. Cash Kane. Athletics money line in the first 5. In this one, Thomas likes the A's here tonight. Thomas is right back in form despite that couple-month layoff with us. Robert likes the A's first 5 money line, and Kurt Skillies for Timmy to hit a home run. Why not? A's come in here. They have lost 4 of their last 6 at home. They've also lost 8 of their last 11 at home against Atlanta, but Atlanta is having issues here for sure right now. It's almost a low point. Atlanta, 12 games under 500. They're only 2.5 games better than the Braves right now overall, so I'm not sure they're going to have a good night. I'll take the over, though. Let's go to the WNBA because the game's about to start in 15 minutes. Between the Storm and the Sun. And you do have, the sun causes storms, by the way, apparently. Uh, right now, the line is 17. The total here, 155 and a half, 156. Uh, I know it's tough. And look, I've been the guy on the other end of these games a little bit, going against some of my buddies. Yeah, I have a very strong record with those premium picks in the um, WNBA, but some of these 17-point spreads, I don't know if I'm making so many good picks on them. This is why they're free plays, I think. Still, nonetheless, in this game today with Seattle taking on Connecticut, Connecticut 7-11 against the spread this season. They're also 3-5 against the spread at home, and they've been getting some numbers like this. We know they're on a massive losing streak right now. I'm going to take Seattle here in this one, lay the points against Connecticut today. That's going to be my pick right here on the show. I'm taking Seattle here. I know I've been wrong, but I've been taking the underdogs. Right now, Andreeva, she's crying. She lost. We did have a winner with Bensich there. And Andreeva will I'm sure be a champion here one day. But she just got beat by Bensich, and Bensich, like I said, I think she's the most underrated player right now. So should we take it on Iga? And that should be a good one. Sabalenka takes on Anisimova there tomorrow. All right, we'll get some comments from you. I'm on the storm. I'm laying the big 17 points. Thomas is taking it. Goop says take Seattle over 84 points. Tony says let's go Storm. That's Tony's team. I'm taking the Storm minus the points here in this one. The Valkyries are taking on the Fever here in this one. You got Golden State, an underdog here by 7. The move has been on Indiana here for sure right now. Total 165. I'm going to go under in this one. You got a Golden State team that's 6-10 to the under as a dog. Indiana's 5-7 to the under as a favorite. Obviously, the big story here: Caitlin Clark returns to the lineup. I think that's a detriment. Not that I don't like Caitlin Clark. I like her more than most. But uh, whatever reason, or maybe that because of her defense, they're just not as good defensively. Now, they're better offensively with her in there. I know everybody wants to say, oh, this team is better without her. Maybe they are technically, considering the defense that she doesn't play, but she does so many other things, on the court. Anyways, I'm on the under here in this one with the Valkyries and the Fever. And Irish King says, don't forget Chapman coming back. Robert here is on the Valkyries. And Jimmy Lambeau's betting everything he owns on a Storm team that's favored by 17 points on the road in a day game. All right, Jimmy. I can't do that. I'm barely giving it out as a free play here on the show. All right, Caitlin Clark to go over and assist. Absolutely, Thomas. She might do in the first half today. I'm going to go with in this one, and let me at least update the line on the screen. We can't cheat there too much. The line is 7, and the total is 165 now. I got to go under that number. I was giving it out at 163, and I liked it. That's the better play. It feels like than the Seattle game. I'm going to go under in this one. Now, that other game, like I said, that game starts in 10 minutes, Seattle and Connecticut. This game starts in an hour and 10 minutes at noon Eastern and 9 Pacific. Next up is the Lynx and the Mercury. It's going to be a good game this afternoon out west. 3:30 Eastern and 12:30 Pacific with the Lynx on the road by 7. And the total, man, the total's gone up here. Well, let me see, 161. I don't know if it was ever 157. there. 161 and a half here in this one. And like I said, um, the move came in on the Mercury and they immediately bet the links back up. That's what happened. We were on the air just a little short time ago when it moved to 6. It's already moved back to 7 here in this one. How about that? That is interesting, right? Well, I got to go under in this one. I got to go under for sure with Minnesota and Phoenix. Uh, there, my number is closer to 157. That's what that was. I don't know if I purposely did that on the screen, but I'm going to go under here. Minnesota at home, they kind of go over and they cover their numbers. Obviously, they're pretty good. On the road, it's a little bit of a different story. They don't, just like a lot of teams on the road, they don't score as much. But Minnesota's won 6 straight in the series. I got to think Phoenix has got a big chance here to hold them down and beat them. Now, Phoenix is 7-4 against the spread. They're also 7-4 to the over at home. But I got to take the under here in this one at 161 and a half. In fact, I'm showing it down to 160 and a half at Bovada. So, look, just a free play here, I think. But I'm gonna take the under, and I'll call it 160. Make it tough on myself here right now. This team is so hot. Phoenix right now, one of the hottest teams in the league, for sure. And Kelly says, "What's going on with this camp week? Why are all these kids at the games? It changes the atmosphere a little bit." Thomas says, "Take the Mercury here," and Robert's on the Mercury as well. Mercury feels popular here, right? I'm going to go with the under, though, in this game. All right, next up, last game of the night. Hey, the Sky actually got steamed here while we were on the end of the baseball. They've only moved to a 1 point favorite, maybe 1.5. There's still even some pick'ems out there right now, but I'm taking the Sky tonight. I like the Sky to win this game for sure. I'm on the Sky moving forward a little bit, right? As far as uh, I know a lot of people are down on the Sky a little bit, and yeah, why not? I mean, they kind of have a crummy record here, right? This season, the way things have been going, but I think they're picking up the pace. Now, we don't know about Cardoso yet. Maybe she could be in there today. I hope so. She played in the FIBA Americas tournament. But, for Dallas here, Agumbawale out, Carrington out, Segrist out, Harris out. Players are out for Dallas. For Chicago, Cardoso, maybe she's going to miss this game. We really haven't heard yet. I'm going to actually peek at it here real quick. The show's pretty much over, anyways, but want to see if Cardoso, we know anything yet about her possibly coming back for tonight's game. I think that gives her a chance maybe to play in the game because of the fact that uh, you know that game that she played in was late Sunday night. So we'll see. Okay, yep, nothing yet. All right, that's the show. I'm on the Sky tonight to win, and I'm on the Sky moving forward a little bit. They. I should mention. Let me just the Sky have covered 6 straight games. So for everyone, has already said, "Wow, Reese, the Sky, they haven't looked good." Uh, whatever, right? Whatever is what I have to say about it because to me, the Sky are one of the teams I kind of want to look for a little bit here in the second half. I think they're starting to play a lot better all of a sudden. And Thomas says it's fair back to back, right? They played yesterday on the road in a day game in Washington. And let's see here. Goop says, yeah, they seem to be playing better here for sure. Steam playing. Hey, there's some steam coming in right now. I want to mention it. It's on the game between Toronto and the White Sox. Wow. Steam coming in here. We mentioned it was 8.5 under there, right? Or even moving to 8, it felt like. But right now, Toronto and the White Sox, it's moving to 8 over 20 or 8 flat here right now. All right. And I said that Reese is playing the best basketball of her 2 years here so far. And Keith Just Truth talking a little bit of that women's Euro tournament here coming up. Good call there with the game starting here in about an hour with England and the Netherlands. He's talking about that the second game between France and Wales there today. Thank you. Thomas likes Reese for a double-double. The show's over, gang. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Morning Steam. Now, there is other action today. Let me make sure I get it right here. Let's see here. I think that's it. I was going to mention the 2 games in Major League Soccer tonight, and I'll have some picks. Miami is taking on New England here tonight, and also Colorado is against Los Angeles here. There's also U.S. Open Cup. We did pretty well there yesterday, so I'll also have some picks there tonight. FIFA Club World Cup, Real Madrid and PSG. I do like PSG to advance. That is an official play here on the show. I like PSG to advance against Real Madrid here today. All right, that's it for the Morning Steam Show. I'll be back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific. Join me then, won't you? For more picks and predictions, but join Mikey Money today at 9 Eastern, 6 Eastern, and 3 p.m. Pacific. Here, a little bit of breaking news. Linda Yaccarino, the former head of X, has resigned. She's stepping down. I think, what was it, 2 years maybe she's been here with X after Musk hired her, but she's out now. All right, that's going to do it here for the Morning Steam Show. And don't forget, join VB MMA Picks here and underneath the live tab. Also, the golf previews up from the guys today. We'll have First Strike as well. So please catch up on all your handicapping and your shows here on the Sports Money Network. And join me over at winnable.com/Ramon. I've got my best plays up there here, including early action here today from our sports. Join me here on the Sports Money Network and my Sports Money Premiums here today. So appreciate that. We'll have more plays for you here later on today. No, there'll be no premiums actually on the early portion of the card. Tampa Bay, Detroit, I do think I have one, but that's it. Now, with that time change at 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific, that package is going to come out a little later. So I don't think I have an early update necessarily here with the premiums, but appreciate all the subscriptions, and hopefully we're riding with the winners there, all right? Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it here. Thank you, Robert, Fernando. Thank you for your picks in there as well. All right, it's going to do it for the Morning Steam and for me and everybody here at the Sports Money Network. Catch you tomorrow. Thanks a lot, you guys. Just can't. Too many buttons on this program they have for me now. See you tomorrow.
Cash, then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.